Some women say their mother-in-law is difficult. Some say she interferes too much. But Mama Onika, she was different. She wasn't just difficult, she was feared. She was a nightmare no wife wanted to face. In her village, her name alone brought silence. Because everyone knew, if you married her son, prepare for war. Mama Onika had a reputation. A cold stare. A sharp tongue. A heart hardened by pride. She believed no woman was ever good enough for her son. And so, one by one, she chased them away. 5 wives came into that house hopeful, and 5 wives left in tears. She would watch them leave carrying their belongings, sometimes even carrying babies, and she would smile. To her, sending a wife away wasn't a loss. It was victory. Her son, Onika, was a good man. Tall, respectful, hardworking, everything a woman would pray for. But he had one weakness: he obeyed his mother blindly. If Mama said, "This woman is disrespectful," he believed. If she said, "She is a witch," he accepted it. And if she said, "Send her away," he packed their bags without question. Love never had a chance, not with Mama Onika's voice controlling everything. The 5th wife, Ese, left barefoot, her month-old baby tied to her back, tears falling uncontrollably. But Mama Onika only folded her arms and said, "Weak women don't belong in my family." That night, while Ese cried under the rain at her father's gate, Mama Onika sat inside her kitchen eating yam and pepper soup, smiling as if she had achieved something great. People watched her, but nobody confronted her. They believed, one day, life would teach her. Because every wickedness has an expiration date. Months later, Mama Onika returned from the market with a new woman, Zainab. She was beautiful, calm, and soft-spoken. She greeted politely, moved quietly, and carried herself with grace. The villagers whispered, "Maybe this one will survive." But Zainab was unlike the others. She wasn't afraid. She wasn't weak. She was simply waiting and watching. During the first week, Zainab behaved perfectly. She cooked for Mama. She washed her clothes. She massaged her feet. She cleaned the compound earlier than sunrise. She served food kneeling. And Mama Onika bragged with pride, "Finally, a wife with sense." But Onika noticed something. Zainab's obedience wasn't fear, it was strategy. Her eyes were calm, not scared. Her silence wasn't submission, it was patience. Then, one morning, everything changed. Mama Onika shouted from the living room, "Zainab, bring me water." Zainab calmly turned, looked directly at her, and said, "Mama, if you want water, fetch it yourself." Mama froze. The walls froze. Even Onika froze. From that day forward, Zainab stopped pretending. She didn't kneel to greet anymore. She didn't rush when Mama called. Sometimes, she didn't answer at all. During meals, she served Mama last, and sometimes, not at all. And the village noticed. Some laughed quietly and said, "Good, she's tasting her own medicine." Others shook their heads and warned, "Two lions cannot live in one forest." One afternoon, Mama Onika finally exploded. She screamed, voice shaking with anger. "As long as I am alive, no woman will talk to me like this." Zainab slowly walked toward her, looked her straight in the eyes, and replied calmly, without raising her voice. "And as long as I am alive, no one will maltreat me. Not even you." Silence swallowed the house. Mama expected Onika to defend her, to shout, to slap, to send Zainab away. But Onika stood still, speechless. Because deep down, he knew the truth. His mother was finally experiencing what she had done to others. That night, Mama complained to Onika. She cried. She shouted. She accused. "Your wife is rude. She is disrespectful. She has no home training." But Onika sighed heavily and finally said the words he had buried for years. "Mama, maybe the wives were never the problem. Maybe, the problem has always been you." Those words broke her more than any argument ever could. As days passed, Mama quieted. She stopped shouting. She stopped commanding. She stopped trying to control Zainab. The house became strangely silent, not peaceful, but heavy. Then slowly, something unexpected happened. Mama fell sick. Not physically, emotionally. Her pride weakened. Her voice trembled. Her heart softened. And Zainab did something nobody expected. She cooked for Mama. She cleaned her room. She washed her body. She fed her like a child. Not because Mama deserved it, but because forgiveness is stronger than revenge. One night, while Zainab helped her lie down, Mama's lips trembled as tears gathered in her eyes. And with a voice that sounded nothing like the proud woman she once was, she whispered, "Zainab, forgive me." Zainab smiled, held her hand gently, and replied, "Hate builds walls. Forgiveness builds homes." Mama wept, not from weakness, but from realization. All the wives she had hurt, all the tears she ignored, all the pain she caused, had finally returned, not to destroy her, but to teach her. Slowly, things changed. Mama began saying, "Thank you." She began saying, "Please." She began saying, "God bless you." And the home that had once been a battlefield, finally became a home. Onika smiled again. Zainab laughed genuinely. Mama found peace, not through power, but through humility. Life had finally taught her the lesson she refused to learn from others. Whatever you give is what returns. If you plant bitterness, you will harvest pain. But if you plant kindness, you will harvest peace. So, if you are listening to this story today, remember, respect is not demanded by force. Authority is not built on fear. A home is not run with insult and anger. It is held together by love, humility, patience, and understanding. If this story touched your heart, click like, share it with someone, and subscribe for more stories with deep lessons. And remember, be kind. Because life always returns whatever you give.